Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a comparison between these two milk frothers. So here is the MAEXUS milk frother, and then this one is the Cincred milk frother. So based on looks alone, right off the bat, I definitely prefer the MAEXUS milk frother. This one it looks a lot smoother versus the Cincred one, which looks kind of just chunky and just kind of bulky. This button's kind of an eyesore versus this one, everything flows really well, really sleek look to it. I will say that this Cincred one does come in a few different colors, so you do have more options with this one, but even based off of like shape and everything, not just color, I think this MAEXUS one looks a lot better. Next, I'm going to talk about how well they kind of feel in your hand, how easy they are to operate. They're both pretty easy to operate. However, I do prefer this MAEXUS one because it just fits so much better in your hand. It's a lot more natural to grab it like this. There's a little crook here for your index finger to fall into, and I think just operating it like this is a lot easier than versus this Cincred one. The power button's right here in the middle, which is kind of an awkward location. You kind of have to move your entire hand halfway down on this shaft here to turn it on and off with your thumb, which I don't particularly like. I just feel like I'm too low on it versus the other one is kind of up here and a higher grip and it feels more natural. So I do prefer the MAEXUS one for just comfort and ease of use. Next, we have storage options. Cincred's gonna take this one. The Cincred one you could just store vertically like that. It takes up so much less room versus this one that has to be lying down. It's unable to stand on its end due to this slant here. So I leave this on my counter all the time, which is why I prefer the Cincred one, because it can just be right next to my coffee maker and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. And last but certainly not least, we have which one works better. So I'm gonna demonstrate for you so you can see it for yourself. I'm going to mix some protein powder and some water, and then I'm also going to froth some milk with both of these so you can have a side-by-side comparison of how well they work. All right, so I'm going to give both of these a spin and we will look at the results. All right, so on the left hand, here is the MAEXUS and this one is the Cincred. So they both have a little bit of some smaller particles kind of spewed up onto the side just from the powder being agitated originally. If we look inside them here, they both look pretty similar. Definitely no big chunks on the bottom. This Cincred one looks like it has a few tiny little clumps kind of sticking on the wall here, but nothing super crazy. This one doesn't really look like there's any clumps at all, which is a good sign. I think they both did a pretty decent job based on how much powder there was for such little water. So next we're gonna try the milk and see how they compare here. So I would say that the Cincred one has kind of smaller bubbles. It's a little more foamy looking, kind of like light and airy, where this one has more bigger bubbles. Overall, I think generally speaking, whenever I'm using these, that this MAEXUS one does a lot better than this Cincred one. So personally, just based off of looks, ease of use, and a slightly better mixing ability, I would say that I prefer this MAEXUS one.